After we made a video about this season's failures, we'd like to give credit to the players who have been fantastic during these 9 months. To those who have impressed us, after all, one of them will most likely be the BALLON d'Or winner at the end of the year. This video is our version of this season's top 10. Just so you know, though we do look at the stats, what we value the most is the individual performance in important games, first of all in the Champions League. Another brilliant season by Karim Benzema led him straight into the top 3 of best ever Champions League goal scorers, behind only Ronaldo and Messi. So which one of these players is not among the top 10 Champions League scorers of all time? Ruud van Nistelrooy, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Wayne Rooney, Thierry Henry. Riyad Mahrez. Not so long ago, Patrice Evra, the former Man United player, reproached Guardiola for not having a leader in the attack. And that's a bold statement. Even though Guardiola's teams are surely more about team football than relying on one star player, after all, he worked with a number of top-class attackers. Just think of Lionel Messi at Barcelona. Though you can't name one leader of City's attacks, as there are 4 or 5 equally skillful players, the Champions League performance by Riyad Mahrez has made him the brightest one this season. While he has only 11 goals and 5 assists in the Premier League, Riyad was outstanding in Europe and scored 7, the best result in the team. The Algerian is 3rd in the Champions League in terms of shots on goal and in top 5% in all the top 5 leagues. This says a lot about his impact and how crucial the right winger position has been for the Premier League champions. It's not just technique and experience that make Mahrez this important for Guardiola. It's his confidence the coach values the most, as it's what many other City attackers lack. Riyad is the one to take the most important penalties. He keeps his head cool under pressure. Last season he scored when we were trailing 1-0 against Borussia. This season he scored against Arsenal. He has the right mentality to make such things happen. Heung-min Son. It might be sad to see Tottenham, the Champions League finalist, in decline since Pochettino left. Even though the likes of Kane, Lloris and Son stayed at the club, the magic was lost. But then Antonio Conte came to the rescue. The Italian has already brought back the top 4 for the Spurs. Conte changed Tottenham, and now it's not Kane but Heung-min Son who's the biggest star and the best goal scorer with 23 goals, the same number with Salah and 9 assists. It's the 2nd best result in the Premier League in terms of goal contributions. There are reasons behind such impressive numbers. Antonio Conte uses a number of variations of the 3-4-3 formation. When the team is playing wide, Son plays on the left as usual, dribbling past opponents and making runs. Should the team play narrow, with the wingers exploiting the half spaces and the wingbacks playing high and wide, Son becomes a playmaker, responsible for creative plays and helping other attackers break through the low block. Son is an incredibly intelligent player, able to shoot and pass with both feet. That's what makes him so deadly. The Korean is the best Tottenham player in terms of passes into the box and 5th in the Premier League. This is what he said on this matter. I know I score a lot, but it doesn't matter to me. It's always good to score, but you can't score many goals by yourself. You need a team. Robert Lewandowski. The 33-year-old Polish striker is still the Bundesliga biggest star. Erling Haaland couldn't compete with him due to his injury, so not only Robert won yet another league title, but also became the top scorer yet again. It's his 7th time, the same number as the great Gerd Müller had. Lewandowski's stats are on the top level, as usual. He's the best in the league in terms of goal contributions, shots and the percentage of involvement in team goals. Interestingly, this season is the best in his career as per non-penalty XG and expected goal contributions. Robert also used to be the Champions League top scorer until Bayern got relegated and Benzema took his place. All in all, there's been another quality season from the prolific striker. But his future is uncertain, as he seems to be leaving Bayern. This is what Robert said after the last Bundesliga game. It is very important that this was my last game for Bayern. I can't say 100%, but it could have been. We want to find the best solution for me and the club. A quite reliable German source called Bild claims that Robert is disappointed with Bayern as the board were trying to sign Haaland, and after they failed to do so, plans to offer the Pole a new contract, but with a much lower salary. So the player doesn't feel that the club needs him anymore, and another reason is the Ballon d'Or, which is hard to win when you play in the Bundesliga. Barcelona seems to be his next club, as they need a striker, and Xavi says he doesn't mind Lewandowski's age. The fee is believed to be 35 to 40 million euros, so the striker is likely to put on a Barca shirt this summer, and we'll see what happens. Sadio Mane. Just like Lewandowski, Mane is used to making magic on the pitch, but this season has been the most outstanding of all. First, Mane scored 23 goals in all competitions, his second best result after the 18-19 season. Second, Mane is fourth in the Premier League in terms of shots. Now he's definitely more than just a team player, rather than one to carry the team by himself. Third, his role changed a bit after Jota and Luis Diaz were signed. Now he's way more used to playing as a false nine. This position implies significant game understanding and off-the-ball skills, and Mane executes it perfectly. He has decent stats in terms of tackles and pressing, and more than decent in terms of progressive passing, progressions, and chance-creating actions. This is what Jamie Carragher, the former Liverpool captain, said. Since January, the tendency to overlook him while Mohamed Salah grabbed all the attention has slightly changed. If Mane continues his current form, he will be the Premier League's most likely winner of the 22 Ballon d'Or. I'm a huge fan of Sadio Mane, and I can assure you he will be going nowhere, because I will not let him go to Bayern Munich. He'd have me to deal with. Alisson, the keeper, praises his teammate too. All the time he is helping us. Now he is even more confident because of the Africa Cup title. He is scoring, helping us in the game, playing in a different position than he was used to playing in. He is a fantastic player for us, and I'm really happy to have him in my team. Vinicius Jr. Eden Hazard was signed to carry Real Madrid, score and provide assists, but 2 years have passed since summer 2019, and the Belgian is still a shadow of his former self, while the younger Vinicius and Rodrigo are becoming more and more important for the team. While Rodrigo saved the day against Man City, Vinicius has already become one of the best wingers in Europe. The man after Vini's immense progress is Carlo Ancelotti, who straight up told him that he needed to grow up and become more clinical in order to play for Real Madrid. And Vini got it right. Apart from working his socks off on the training ground, the Brazilian went to a psychologist, and his physio now lives at the same house with the player and watches his diet and training routine. And it does pay off, as Vinicius has never been in such good shape. He's no longer a skinny teenager, but more like a real athlete. The stats tell more about Vinicius' performance than any words. He's the second best La Liga scorer, second in terms of goal contributions and the percentage of involvement in team goals. And more than that, Vini is by far the best dribbler in the league, and fifth in terms of key passes. The same with the Champions League stats. Vinicius is among the best 3% as far as chance-creating actions are concerned. That shows us how much his decision-making in the final third has improved and how deadly he has become. Rio Ferdinand praised the Brazilian's mature performance versus Chelsea with these words: "Many players in the place of Vinicius Jr. would choose the easiest option, send the ball into the penalty area. However, he showed composure and patience despite the fact that he is still quite young. It was the only moment he had in this match, and he took advantage of it well." Mohamed Salah. If you compare me with any player in my position, not only in my team but in the world, you will find that I am the best. I'm doing my best, and the stats tell that too. I like to always create a new challenge for myself, to work in a different way and to make a difference, and that is my duty. These words are neither bragging nor showboating. There's no better right winger in the Premier League at the moment. The Egyptian is the best in the league in terms of goals, assists and shots. Should he get the ball, the opposition team is in trouble. Salah has always been a top-class sprinter, but then improved his finishing and then in this season his decision-making. Jurgen Klopp freed him of a part of his defensive duties, which allowed Salah to get the ball in the box more often. And now look at his stats in terms of goals, assists, shots and final third passes. Mohamed is pretty much unmatched. It's hard to tell if that would be enough to win the Ballon d'Or, but one thing is clear: Salah is surely being at his prime this season. The thing is, there's a couple of footballers who play on the same unreachable level too. Luka Modric. There's no need to explain why Modric is in the list. Being this crucial for Real Madrid at the age of 36 is surely worth something. Even though he no longer runs 10 kilometers every game, he can decide the outcome of the game with one single move. No matter how bad things are going, one brilliant pass from Luka may save the day, like it was against Chelsea. Here's what Ancelotti says: Modric has not changed. I see more changes in Karim in terms of leadership profile and importance. But sometimes the perception of the player changes a lot. If Modric hasn't changed, perhaps his perception by other players has changed. And what they have is an exceptional, fantastic and extraordinary professional and player with amazing quality, technique, physiques and tactics. What makes him play the way he plays at the age of 36? The answer is professionalism. In recent years, Luka has been working with Vlatko Vučetić, the leading human performance specialist. He arranges the individual training schedule for Modric every day, and not to forget about the regular training sessions. Luka does stretching and other exercises for 3-4 hours a day, and that lets him keep up with the intensity of modern football. As Vučetić says, Modric is so responsible that even if he plays 2-3 minutes, he still does a 2-hour recovery training after the game. Such incredible work ethics made Modric the player he is. The best example of those footballers who want to play on such a level after they turn 30. Kevin De Bruyne. There's no need to tell you about De Bruyne's greatness. Just look at him play, at his impact in every touch, and not only in attack. The way he moves defensively is also a piece of art. Here's what Guardiola says about the Belgian: It's not necessary for me to say absolutely anything about Kevin anymore. I'd just say, take a look at how he plays. The performance level, the continuity, the influence in our final third and on our finishing, the desire, his calmness and positivity. I mean, I asked him, Kevin, what did you feel before you took that penalty? And he just said, I'm going to score. Need any more proof? Then have a look at the percentiles of a perfect midfielder. As you can see, top 1% in the top 5 leagues. Of course, it has a lot to do with the false 9 role Kevin often plays, but that is yet another display of outstanding quality and versatility. His progression is on an elite level, unlike his passing stats, a number of passes and a percentage, but there's an explanation. Guardiola wants Kevin to pass it forward as often as possible to find attacking options. All that makes De Bruyne the best midfielder in the world. He shows his quality in the transition phase most of all. Should City lose the ball, he's the first to close down on the opponents, orchestrating the team's pressing. When City gets the ball back, it's De Bruyne to set a counter-attack with 1 or 2 passes, determining its direction. Kevin De Bruyne has all it takes to win the Ballon d'Or. The Champions League trophy is the only thing he's lacking. But once again, Man City got relegated, so Kevin would have to wait for another chance until next season. Kylian Mbappe. It's been a very poor season for PSG. The star signings they made, like Messi, did the club no good. Yet another League One title and yet another Champions League disgraceful relegation. But despite all that, Mbappe has been magnificent this season. There's no denying that. We don't think it's necessary to talk about his League One stats. He's the undisputed number 1 in terms of attacking performance. For a PSG player, the only challenge is the Champions League. And in the group stage, Mbappe did carry his team, scoring goals and making 4 assists. The tie against Real Madrid in the round of 16 was meant to be his time to shine, and Kylian did shine. First he scored a late winner at home, and then opened the score at Bernabeu. But Donnarumma's terrible mistake, followed by all the team's below-par performance, dashed all the efforts. We can only imagine what Kylian Mbappe can achieve in a decently organized team, as even at this PSG, he's had 70 goal contributions this season, including the national team, which is the best result for a Frenchman in the 21st century. The biggest question we kept asking throughout the season: what will Mbappe choose? the crazy salary at PSG, or a chance to follow his childhood dream at Real Madrid. It seemed pretty certain until recently, but not only the PSG bosses and the French Football Federation, but Emmanuel Macron himself called the player to persuade him to stay at PSG. And all these efforts paid off in the end. Mbappé decided to reject Real Madrid to stay at PSG to the delight of the French fans. Was it the right decision? What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Karim Benzema. Meet our number one, the Ballon d'Or main contender Karim Benzema, who's been as deadly as possible this season. The prime example of a world-class centre-forward. And his advanced stats tell the same story. Just look, Benzema has been a truly complete attacker, as if he has no weaknesses at all. Karim Benzema is now one of the best strikers ever, the best La Liga and Champions League goalscorer. And not to forget his involvement in the team's passing game. He is as involved as a striker can be. Karim drops deep into midfield, forcing his marker to follow him and to get the ball, and works hard in pressing. But the main quality is his big match performance. That is why he's worthy of the Ballon d'Or. The Champions League knockout stage is where Benzema has been at his best. In the round of 16, he scored a hat-trick in 17 minutes against PSG. In the quarterfinal, he scored 4 goals against Chelsea, one of which was an overtime decider. And then in the semis, despite lacking chances, found the net twice against Man City, and then at home wrapped up the comeback with a late goal. Every time Real Madrid was in big trouble, it was Karim Benzema to save the team from relegation. He has deserved the Ballon d'Or. And who has been the best this season in your opinion? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, see you soon.